You'll be trained to determine a target's weakness, to exploit that weakness through seduction, and to extract information. Take off your clothes. Your body belongs to the state. Since your birth, the state nourished it. Now the state asks something in return.
The story begins in modern-day Russia. Dominika Egorova, a world-renowned ballerina, is doing everything she can to support her ailing mother. A grand stage. Dominika Egorova, a radiant ballerina at the Bolshoi Theater, soars through her performance. The beauty and grace of her every movement capture the audience's awe. But suddenly, a sharp jolt. Her partner's foot strikes her knee. Pain shoots through her leg. Her body crumples mid-spin, falling helplessly to the floor. The music halts, and the audience is left in shocked silence. Her body is limp on the stage floor. Dominika is taken off stage. Her career as a ballerina forever changed. Weeks pass. Dominika tenderly cares for her mother, whose health is rapidly deteriorating. The weight of financial burden and hopelessness hangs over them. Her uncle, Ivan, a high-ranking officer in the Russian intelligence service, or SVR, reveals to her the truth.
I have something for you.
Konstantin, her former partner, and his lover Sonia deliberately conspired to ruin her career. The realization hits like a thunderbolt, and Dominika, consumed by rage, decides to confront them, enters the Bolshoi Theater shower room where Konstantin and Sonia are present. She wields her cane like a weapon, striking both of them with brutal precision. She doesn't hesitate, each strike a release of her anger. But this violent outburst comes with a price. Dominika faces the threat of prosecution, a life destroyed by her own hand. It's at this moment that her uncle presents her with a chilling choice.
You said you could help us.
If you help me.
So what do you want me to do?
Either help the state and become an operative for the SVR, or face death for her actions. With no other options left, Dominika reluctantly agrees to do what's asked of her. Her new mission is a dark one: seduce Dmitry Ustinov, a powerful and dangerous Russian gangster, and gather intelligence on him. In exchange, her mother will receive the medical treatment she desperately needs. It's a deal that reeks of betrayal, but Dominika has little choice. Their first meeting is set at a private bar. Dmitry is charming but menacing. He quickly leads her to a hotel room where the tension builds.
Take off your dress.
But the encounter takes a brutal turn when Dmitry assaults her, overpowering her. As he begins his attack, he is unexpectedly stopped by Sergei Matorin, a shadowy SVR operative, who kills Dmitry in cold blood, garroting him with a wire. In that moment, everything changes for Dominika. She has no choice but to accept Ivan's offer.
I don't want to die.
You don't have to. There's another life for you if you want it.
Either become a Sparrow, a seductive agent skilled in sexpionage, or be killed for witnessing Ustinov's murder. Dominika is taken to a remote and brutal training facility known as State School 4, a place where agents are molded into ruthless operatives. Here, she is given the alias Katia. At this school, all personal identity is stripped away, and the students are taught to manipulate, deceive, and exploit with deadly precision. Under the harsh guidance of the matron, Dominika's training is relentless. She is forced to endure excruciating physical and mental tests that push her beyond her limits. Despite the cruelty of her instructors, Dominika excels.
I have done everything.
She proves that she is more than just a pawn. She's a formidable force in her own right. Her training comes to an end, and Dominika is sent to Budapest, where her first mission will begin: gain the trust of Nate Nash, an American CIA operative, and uncover the identity of a mole within the Russian intelligence network, codenamed Marble. It's an assignment fraught with danger, but Dominika has no choice but to play her part. In Budapest, Dominika is placed in a rundown apartment with another Sparrow, Marta, and is supervised by the cold and calculating station chief, Maxim Volantov. The city is a maze of secrets, where Dominika begins to weave her web. She quickly makes contact with Nash.
How did you know I was Russian?
But doesn't take long for him to realize that she is no ordinary woman. Nash is smart, sharp, and immediately suspects that she's working for Russian
But
intelligence.
her real name is Dominika Igorova. She used to dance.
But he sees something more in her, a potential ally, someone who could be convinced of defect. Nash attempts to convince her to turn against her handlers, but Dominika is torn. She knows the cost of betrayal is death, not only for herself, but for her mother as well. As Dominika works to gain Nash's trust, she uncovers a dark secret. Marta, her fellow Sparrow, has been assigned to seduce Stephanie Boucher, a U.S. Senator's chief of staff, and steal classified intelligence from her. The mission becomes more complicated and deadly. Dominika's world is thrown into chaos when Marta is brutally murdered by Sergei Matorin, a reminder of the deadly consequences of failure. Sergei warns Dominika that if she ever speaks of the incident with Ustinov again, she too will meet the same fate.
This is your only warning.
In a desperate attempt to survive, Dominika contacts Nash and offers to become a double agent in exchange for protection. She agrees to pass on information to the Americans, while ensuring the safety of herself and her mother. This decision will change everything. In a tense and dangerous encounter, Dominika sleeps with Nash, further entwining herself in the world of espionage. Dominika's next mission takes her to London, where she and Volantov meet Boucher to complete a covert trade. But as the meeting unfolds, Dominika secretly switches out the classified files with disinformation provided by the CIA. The operation is a success until disaster strikes. Boucher, realizing she's been compromised, panics and accidentally steps into traffic where she's killed. The Russians, realizing their mission has been compromised,
The discs and your passport.
pull Dominika and Volantov back to Moscow. In Moscow, Dominika and Volantov are captured and subjected to intense interrogation. They endure brutal torture as they are held responsible for the failure of their mission. Volantov, unable to withstand the pressure, is executed, his life extinguished as a consequence of their botched operation. Dominika, however, stands her ground, maintaining that she had done nothing wrong. Eventually, Ivan begins to doubt the evidence against her. Dominika calmly explains that she didn't betray Russia or the SVR. Instead, she admits that she shared the intelligence with the Americans in order to gain Nash's trust.
If you torture me, they will trust me.
Ivan, after a long pause, believes her story. He reluctantly orders her release and sends her back to Budapest to finish the mission. But now, Dominika's true intentions are clear. She is no longer loyal to the SVR. She wants to escape this life, to free herself and her mother from the clutches of espionage.
I told them that you would trust me now. Enough to give me the name of the mole.
After spending the night with Nash, Dominika is shaken to find him tortured by Sergei, desperate to extract the identity of Marble. Dominika initially assists Sergei in his interrogation, but as the situation escalates, she makes a bold decision. She kills Sergei, catching him off guard in a bloody and violent confrontation. But in the process, she's badly injured. When she wakes up in a hospital, she is confronted with a shocking revelation. General Korchnoi, a high-ranking official, is the real Marble.
So now you know. I am the mole. I am the man you're looking for.
Korchnoi explains that his disillusionment with the Russian government, particularly after a bureaucratic official denied an American doctor the chance to operate on his wife, led him to betray his country and feed intelligence to the CIA. Now, with his identity compromised, Korchnoi urges Dominika to expose him, telling her that by doing so, she will be hailed as a national hero and take his place as the CIA's mole in the Russian government. In a shocking turn of events, Dominika decides to turn the tables. She contacts Ivan and frames him as the true mole, using evidence she has been collecting since her arrival in Budapest.
You killed me.
Didn't I do well, Uncle?
Ivan's betrayal is exposed, and he is killed during a sniper attack in a prisoner exchange. The final piece of the puzzle is in place. Dominika returns to Russia, hailed as a hero. Dominika lives with her mother, but her journey is far from over. Despite the accolades and recognition, she remains a pawn in a world of espionage, caught between two powerful forces. She receives a phone call from an unknown person who plays Grieg's Piano Concerto, which she had told Nash was the piece for her first solo performance. The film ends with her watching a ballet performance at the Bolshoi from the balcony and leaving mid-performance. All right, folks, I know you've been on the edge of your seat through this intense spy thriller journey, but before you dive back into your own covert operations, hit that like button like it's your mission to take down a Russian intelligence operation. Drop a comment below whether you agree, disagree, or just want to send your thanks for the debrief. And don't forget to subscribe to Recap Scope, where we bring you the best films in cinema history. And the most shocking reveals, of course. You don't want to miss what we've got next. Hit that bell like you're trying to save the world. Anyway, until next time, stay sneaky, stay sharp, and always remember, a spy never leaves without the last word. See you on the other side. Over and out.